we gotta talk about fan bases and just fights, because another video I tried to send, my videos keep having bad connection. I think it's my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna find a better spot to record these videos, but I just want to talk to fans and just we have to stop fighting sporting events, and especially at NFL games. Because fans are losing their lives. Fans are going to the hospital getting beat up. There was a Chargers fan at the Cowboys game who was getting beaten to death. And I'm tired. And we can't justify this anymore. I'm sick and tired of seeing fans make irrational decisions and beat people up to death. I respect the fans that are standing up and beating them up, because the people that are hurting these innocent people should be getting beat up and should not be allowed to go to games. We as fan bases, even if you're not doing anything, and I speak for the good ones and the good fans out there, and there are a lot of good fans out there. I know that. We know that there are really good fans out there. But as a whole, as a community, we need to be better than this. This is embarrassing to the game we know and love. We're going to football games, watching our favorite teams play, and just seeing the amount of fights we're having, and then people that are losing their lives just trying to go to a game or just trying to enjoy it with their family. You're ruining their chances of having games. I have only been to one football game, and it was a preseason game with the Steelers. And it was awesome going there, because it was my first time going to a football game. And I want to go to some this year, actually. I want to try to go to one before the end of the year. And I want to try to at least to go to a football game. So I haven't been to a regular season football game in the NFL. But I've never experienced it. But as a fan, I'm just seeing this happen every week. I'm seeing this happen to multiple fans getting beaten up to death just because they're trying to enjoy a game. And these fans are making wrongful actions. I just want to speak to us as a community of what we could do better. We as a community got to set a better example for our families, our friends, and anyone that goes to games. Because children are going to these games. Adults are going to these games. And we have adults acting like idiots. Acting like 5-year-olds when they could just hash this out on their own. I understand maybe you're getting beat up and maybe someone's saying something to you, but there's no reason to just beat someone up to death. There's no reason to go up to a fan and punch them. And holding their head down to kill them is one thing, but beating them up to death when they're just trying to enjoy a game is just, it's really disgusting. And that fan who did that, by the way, that Cowboys fan, should never be allowed to sit in a football or any sporting event again. I don't want to hear anyone defending that, because we as fans can't defend that bullshit. That's disgusting. That's embarrassing. And that's humiliating. To be that person in their shoes, I don't know what's going on through his head. And obviously we as fans don't know what's going on through his head. And obviously we can't really justify what's going on. But these actions are hurting the game and are setting a bad example for our fan bases, our community, anyone that goes to games. By making stupid shit like this happen, it makes us as fans look worse. It makes our fan bases look worse, and it makes fans look bad. You're putting the good fans that are going to games and any fan that's just going to a game to enjoy it. And the ones that are fighting each other, trying to go to the bathroom, you're beating each other up, you're pushing each other over just for getting drinks and stuff. I understand it. I don't understand it. Our good fan bases are trying to enjoy a game. And by making reckless decisions, we are putting our game at risk. And I'm sorry. If there is a mistake by a fan, because we could all assume, what if it got worse for that Chargers fan that was getting beat up to death? What if the Cowboys fan instead had a gun and they shot the guy to death? Worse things can happen, and big mistakes can lead to bigger consequences. And I feel as a fan, this is sad for me. I want to go to games. And people making reckless decisions are ruining the chances of us going to these sporting events because our lives could be at risk. And this is happening frequently. This isn't just some reoccurring thing. This is happening every other year. Like, we have fans being disgusting human beings. It's just, to me, it's sickening. We as fans gotta be better. And I wanted to say this to us as fans, like, our community needs to be better. We as people need to be better. We as fans gotta set a better example for ourselves, because these idiots that are going to games and fighting people are ruining the game we well know and love. And the last thing we need is some stupid mistake happening where a fan has a gun maybe or has a knife and they're killing someone, because the mistake that could happen for us as fans is that a fan makes a bad mistake that could really ruin things. And I know as fans, we want to go to games. We want to go as many as possible. And the fans that are beating people up are ruining this. It puts a bad representation on the NFL, because you guys are going to these games and we're making them public. We're going to games. We're making poor choices as a community, as a whole. It's shameful. You're putting the game we love at risk. You're putting fans that are just going to games to enjoy it or going with their families, anyone for a birthday, a special occasion, anything. You're making it worse. And there's a chance that if a big mistake were to happen, we could lose the chance of going to games. We could get consequences for the stuff like this. The actions we are making are hurting the game we know and love. And one mistake, one big mistake a fan makes could end this whole thing. We want to go to games. We want to sit and watch our team play. And our fans and the bad fans that we have are fighting people. It makes going to games worse. It makes enjoying the game worse when you just witness someone getting beat up. That Chargers fan was getting beat up to death by a Cowboys fan. That is disgusting, that's humiliating, and that's sickening. That fan should not have a right to step foot in any sort of event. I don't think people understand. It's one thing to punch someone. It's one thing to beat someone up, but to death and holding their head down you're killing. You're physically abusing a human being. You're killing someone. You're killing a human being. This is putting our game at risk, and this has to stop. We as fans gotta be better. We gotta set a better example for this game, because we're hurting the game by doing this. We're making us as fans look worse. We want to be loved. We want to be accepted. And having fans getting beat up, having fans get hurt or killed, and getting beaten to death, it's shameful. So as fans, we got to be better. We got to set a better example for the game we know and love. This is hurting our representation. This is hurting our brand. It's hurting the brand. NFL fans are just trying to go to games. We're trying to watch our favorite players, favorite teams, anybody play. We're going and watching Aaron Rodgers play in a Jets game. Or you're trying to go and watch your favorite quarterback, Mahomes or Allen or Burrow or Dak and Herbert, in that sense. We got to be better. We got to set an example, and it starts now. We better start now, because the last thing we need are fans getting hurt for things like this. It's embarrassing, and I know more people are going to make videos about it. I just want to come on and just speak my mind. And I just want to say, it's hurting the game we love. It's putting good fans at risk. And there's a chance that we could no longer go to games because of stuff like this. Fans that are making stupid shit happen are putting the good fans at risk. And there are plenty of good fans out there, and I know that, and guys that are standing up as the right we have as a community.